Last question is CPAP helps in all the following except
Splinting of airways.
no, not necessarily. Doctor,
Obvious need for surfactant therapy.
That's the last option. Babies with persistent apnea and prolonged PPV.
But G babies persistent apnea and prolonged PPV.
yes. Say, if a baby has persistent and prolonged apnea, yes, do not rely on CPAP anymore. You should switch on to NIMB, or maybe you need to intubate if the baby is not doing well. Just like you can call it CPAP failure, you can say that. Also, the other, somebody has answered E, which is obviates the need for surfactant therapy. It doesn't necessarily obviate, though the COIN trial and the support trial, which was published at the end of the last decade, they suggested that 30 to 50% of the times, the need for surfactant therapy comes down if you do early delivery room CPAP. Now, this is the era in recent times, in the last 15, 20 years, where ubiquitously people have been using antenatal steroids in preterm labor. So, therefore, indirectly, the need for surfactant has come down, and therefore, when the COIN trial and the support trial were published, it's basically prophylactic CPAP in the delivery room and the rescue CPAP in early respiratory distress syndrome in the babies. What was found that in about 33 to 50% of the times, you may just do well with CPAP. You may not need to give surfactant. But still, there are other babies, 50% of them, who may still need to be given surfactant. So this is a kind of a tricky question there. It doesn't necessarily completely obviate the need for surfactant. So this we'll be discussing in our clinical modules anyway. So you need to remember that in spite of delivering CPAP, you would need to still think of giving surfactant. Another thing, you're absolutely right, as somebody has answered, that Dr. Mamita, that in spite of giving CPAP, if there's prolonged apnea or prolonged, you need to give positive pressure respiratory support in the delivery room, you would need to think of going on to the higher modality like non-invasive ventilation or maybe intubate and ventilate. So can I now go on to this is of course the advantages of giving CPAP and when you need to give other respiratory support, especially the target saturations once the baby is stable are not being maintained in spite of increasing the CPAP to 6 to 7 and the FiO2 on the CPAP is more than 60%. These are all the conditions called CPAP failure, which we'll be discussing in the modules on CPAP when you need to switch over to NIMV or probably ventilation, full mechanical ventilation.